Hello, Waswere here, back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at an AFK guide for Corporeal Beast. This is not going to be the best money maker in the game, but it's a great way to AFK yourself to a boss log while making a little bit of GP on the side. And with how dry I went on the log, I was so happy that I was able to AFK it. I don't think I would have made it otherwise, so I'm making this video to share it with you today. As with any good guide, we need to start with the setup. In terms of the inventory, we have potion reservoirs to automatically drink our overloads for us, increasing our AFK time, an extra overload to finish out the hour, an emergency restore in case our prayer drops, enhanced Excalibur, and ancient elven ritual shard for some passive healing and prayer regeneration. We also have a weapon poison +++ as it heavily increases our DPS on Corp, and the quicker we kill Corp, the quicker we heal. The final item of the first two rows is Lanthanum incense sticks. These are optional as they increase your overload timer to 8 minutes, make it more AFK and less overloads used per hour. You should use these sticks if you are kind of low on overloads. At the bottom we have an Oldak coil, which is the Invention Mage cannon. You need some sort of cannon in order to kill the core for you, or you're not going to last more than a couple kills. Corporeal also drops a ton, and I mean a ton, of crimson and blue charms, so if you still want to collect some charms, make sure you have an imp with you either in your tool belt or inventory. Last but not least, we have an inventory filled with shark. I chose sharks because most of the time you're going to be eating food in order to empty out your inventory for more drops to be picked up instead of for the healing benefit. Next up we have the equipment, and this is where the setup goes to the high level stuff. And I'd say most of this stuff is necessary in order to full AFK, but you can semi-AFK with a lower tier setup. For an aura, we have penance, and it needs to be penance. Without it, we have no way to maintain our prayer. Then to maintain our HP, we have a vampirism scrimshaw. In order to reduce hits, we have on trim masterwork armor in the head, body, and leg slots. For weapons, we have the Trim Masterwork Spear of Annihilation, where we end up having bleeds last 50% longer. When you combo that with a Strength Cape, Dismember lasts for a total of 10 hits, so it becomes an amazing basic. The amulet can be downgraded to an Amulet of Souls if you don't own an Essence of Finality. I used an EOF for this test as I don't own a Souls, but did my previous 9.8k kills with a Souls, so don't worry about it if you don't have an Essence. You'll want to main camp a Ring of Death. While death chance is extremely low, it can be a bad experience to come back to your screen after AFKing and seeing Death's Office, and with our current gear setup, the death cost is up to 1.8 mil. All items listed in the inventory and gear setup will have links to their wiki page in the description so you can know how to make them and or how to find them. For the legendary pet, we want to make sure that the noted items is the only thing that's ticked on so that the pet doesn't accidentally fill our inventory with junk like ashes. And for relic powers, we want to have Death Ward, Fear of the Small, and Berserker's Fury. You can throw in a luck relic for Berserker's Fury if you really need it, but it's a little bit overkill at this boss, as it doesn't make too much of a difference. In order to have your cannon auto-fire, you need to purchase 3 items from the Artisan Workshop store: the Golden Cannon, Royal Callan, and the Restocking Cannon. In total, that's 250% worth of respect. You gain 1% of respect for every 10,000 base experience gained in smithing, while skilling in the workshop. So on your way to 99, make sure that you get those cannon upgrades first before you start deviating for other cosmetic update. Before we get into killing, one setting that we should go over is the ability to automatically toggle regenerate. Because we're going to be ending our kills at about 50% adrenaline, we can convert that excess adrenaline into HP, which helps keep our HP up. I found that starting at 0% adrenaline and having the extra healing is better than having something like Persistent Rage Relic activated, where we can start the kill at 50% adrenaline but don't have the healing. Past that, make a fastest spawn instance. They cost 255k per hour, so make sure to take that into consideration. The method is incredibly simple. All you need to do is stand at the correct square, plop down your cannon, load the cannon, and then stand inside your cannon. The only other thing to note is that you're going to want to eat a shark every time that your inventory is full so that the legendary pet can pick up your drops. Don't try to bring any other familiar in here, as Corp will eat that familiar, and any item stored in it will be dropped on the ground. Your legendary pet won't pick up any sort of the big drops like bolts, cannonballs, or the sigils, so either set an Alt-1 reminder on gold beams or have it idle on a second stream that you can look at every once in a while. The action bar is shown on screen as I've zoomed in on it so that you're able to see it better, and I think it's the best balance of defense and offense and has given me the most kills per hour while being fully AFK. There isn't enough prayer regeneration to use both Turmoil and Protect from Magic at all times, so only use Protect from Magic if you're going to AFK. If you're going to be a little more active, you can turn on Turmoil, and then when your prayer points get low, you turn off Turmoil and then wait for it to get back to full, and then you turn on Turmoil again, but This is meant to be AFK, so you don't need to do that. The tile to stand on is 1 tile south of the northernmost grave inside the Corp Cave. Here's an image of me standing in the correct square without the cannon, so it's easy for you to find where to stand. Now let's fast forward an hour and get into the loot I got. In 49 kills, I was able to pick up over 16 million loot, which is very good, partially because I got the Elysian sigil during this small test, and it would be incredibly unfair for me to use that as the GP per hour, so instead I'm going to look into my rune metrics history and see what I have in my nearly 10k kills. In 9,644 kills, I got over 1.65 billion loot, which leads to an average of 171k per kill, and if we extrapolate that out to our 49 kills in the hour that we got, that is 8.4 mil in loot per hour. However, there are a lot of costs associated with this method. First of all, the Vampire Scrimshaw costs 1.4 mil per hour to use. Our trim masterwork degraded by 1.5% over the course of the hour, which is 872k. The divine charges for the spear was another 240k, and the Amulet of Souls and Ring of Death would be another 150k. There's various other costs to add like potions, sticks, overloads, and the instance fee, which make up another 425k. That leaves us with 3.1 mil in supply cost, which means a total profit of about 5.2 mil per hour. 5 mil per hour is a great mark to aim for, and getting that kind of GP while making progress towards boss logs in general is great. That's all the information I have on this topic. I hope it'll help you get that Dark Core title. It's a really cool one, and I enjoyed wearing it until I got my next log complete. If you like the content I'm creating, consider subscribing, and if you have anything else to add, please leave a comment down below. But past that, have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next one.